welcome to a new weekly vlog. If you guys are new here, my name is Kathy. I am a fifth grade teacher in San Diego, California. I like to show you guys the balance between being at school, being a teacher, what I do in the classroom, while also showing you guys what it's like being a mom. Started off the morning so awesome. Brandon is a resident, an anesthesia resident here. That's the whole reason why we moved to San Diego, for the Navy. But he was heading into work this morning and they're like, there's no blocks or surgeries that you guys have to do this morning until like 8:30. And they didn't know that until he got there. So they said he can come back, and he left at like 5 this morning. So he's been there for like 3 hours. And he calls me and he's like, hey, I'm off for a little bit. Do you want me to take the girls? And honestly, that's just so sweet that he even would want to come back and like take the girls for me, even though he could just like go relax or like go grab a coffee or whatever. So I feel really grateful. He took the girls this morning, so I just finished up my coffee. I took my time, got to school, and now I'm just in a wonderful mood, of course. It was football Sunday and we just hung out as a family. I used to be the parent that was like so anxious if like the TV was on too long, if the TV was on all day. But yesterday we had the TV on pretty much all day. The girls got to watch a little bit of TV in the morning. We only really do TV on the weekends. There's not enough time on the weekdays, to be honest, to even like turn the TV on, unless we're like making an extravagant dinner or we just wanted some alone time. We get home, we're hanging out with the girls for a little bit, and then it's dinner time, and then we hang out, and then it's their bedtime. So we try not to do the TV on the weekdays anyway. I also made some white chicken chili yesterday. It was so good. I love when I'm, semi-planned out for the week so that I have an idea. Last week, we really busted out the whole week. Chelsea and I just planned for every single day, all in one sitting. We even planned for today so that we could come in just feeling prepared. So today in math, we're working on session 4, which is our refine page. Usually our refine pages are the pages that get us ready for our quiz. We're working on breaking apart prisms, which is like the hardest part of volume, especially for our students. It's just really confusing. Students have to kind of read behind the lines, look around, and find the missing volume. We're gonna go over some refine pages. Last week, we spent 2 days on breaking apart prisms and volume. Today, we're gonna have students who feel confident and independent to try it on their own. Then students who just really wanna work in a small group, I'm gonna pull down to the carpet. I always do like a bigger group down at the carpet if I'm doing a small group, just because I can't fit more than 6 people at my back table. Today in ELA, we're gonna read pages 22 to 23. We're gonna look and dissect how to write a paragraph and then just write a paragraph. We're gonna first highlight and annotate this page that tells us all about how to write a paragraph. And then in science today, we're doing our algae notes. So I showed you guys in my last vlog that we are working in these amazing notebooks that Chelsea and I were like, we need to do science notebooks. I remember doing this in 4th grade myself. On the side of the Mayan reading and the activity books, Chelsea and I decided that we're gonna do some Mayan posters. And basically what that is every time we read something important about the Mayan culture, we add it to our poster chart. Here's one of the charts. It looks really awesome, like very artsy, very creative. I had students pick groups, and then basically every time we read something about the Mayan culture, for example, we're gonna read about the Mayan myths today. The other day we read about the Mayan number system, the important ball game that they play. So every time we're done with a reading, I'll say, okay, go back to your anchor chart and add this to it. And then I kind of let them loose and I say, okay, add pictures, add words that help you remember. Everyone has the same things on their poster. It just depends on how they decorate it, what they add, what they want to remember. We're also doing Mayan art. So last year I did this one. This one is my name in hieroglyphs, close to my name. It's not accurate just because not every syllable, not every letter was included. I did my best. Now our students are doing it. If you're also in 5th grade or doing any of this like American civilization stuff, I can send you the website or link it down below if you guys are interested. I just have my students like sketch it out. I'm gonna have them do it vertically though, just because that's how the Mayans wrote it. So we just did a little sketch. I'm gonna have them next time do it vertically on a piece of paper on cardstock and then outline it, color it, and then we're gonna display it at the Hispanic Heritage Month Assembly that's coming up. Lots of talking this morning, so I apologize for talking your ear off. We are already on a new student shout out. Every student is getting about a week and a half of student shout out. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I explained it in my last vlog what student shout out is. Very simple on my part. It's fun for the students. It gives them buy-in. It also includes them because they get to vote for the next student. Okay, I want to talk to you guys about the Olipop. I love these. I love that they're, you know, somewhat healthy, like an alternative to soda. But what I've noticed and what Brandon and I have noticed is that every time we drink these, if we have more than like one a week, our mouth has like this weird texture, like little bumps. It doesn't hurt, it's not like sores, but it has a different texture in my mouth. I don't know if it's because of the probiotics, the prebiotics. I don't know if it's because it's really acidic. I don't know what it is, but it makes you feel like you have this grime in your mouth. That's like the best way we can explain it. Let me know if you guys have had the same issue, or is it just us, or maybe it's something else, because it started when we drank Olipop. Prism down vertically, or should I do it horizontally? Which one makes sense to you guys? We just finished up science, and basically we've been learning about algae bloom, that students needed to advertise or like convince the class on how we're going to limit this algae bloom. So I said I'm gonna put you in groups of 3 using Class Dojo, which I love so much already, and you're gonna get a poster, and then here are my directions. Talk with your group and discuss what strategy you'll use to help lower algae. Use your poster to convince the class why your plan will work, and then on your poster, the only criteria is that you need to write your plan, decorate it, and it's up to you what you add. So in class, we just kind of went over like what are some options that we could have, and then students kind of are working around the room and kind of putting their own flair to things. I've been doing a lot of like group poster work because one, the kids love it. They're pretty much mostly engaged when they're in these groups and doing a group project. They just really enjoy it. It really helps them with group roles, and because they are presenting it to the class, it also kind of adds another touch of like, are they understanding, getting some public speaking in, all that good stuff. By the way, I use this thing like 24/7. It's my best investment. It's like 30 bucks. I use this microphone all day long. I get sad when it dies, but it's the best thing. Every teacher needs one. Today was a pretty good day, a better day than I've had maybe this whole month. I feel like the first couple of days of school were so great, and then now kind of like honeymoon stage is over, and today I felt like was pretty good. Obviously, every single year is so different. Like, you know, we have some years where the behaviors are really extreme. We have some years where there's more chattiness, more immaturity. But I feel like I have a little happy medium in this classroom. Some days it's hard just because, you know, I obviously don't want to go into detail about like my students and like their academics or anything behavior wise, but just know like every teacher goes through something. There's always something that is challenging every single year. The dynamic of students, or maybe this year you're like dealing with other things and so you're not on your A game. We like to hack our stroller and do a double stroller moment if the girls are feeling it. Good morning. It is Tuesday now, and I feel so exhausted today. For the past, like the girls are good sleepers. We did do sleep training a long time ago. I've noticed as Indy has gotten older, her sleep is kind of like here and there. It just kind of depends on what she's thinking about, what she's doing. She'll wake up like this morning, and for a few days this week, she's been waking up at like 5-ish. But I think she could be just a little bit cold because every time I go in there and her blanket's off, but she doesn't like sleeping with pajamas on. And so she just kind of crawls into our bed at like 5 in the morning when I just have no energy to be like, okay, let's get up for the day. And then she usually falls asleep with me in bed. So everything's all good. We just had a hard time waking up, both of us, this morning. But yeah, it's a new day. It's a good day. I ordered some Polaroid film for my classroom with my class funds because every year, and I got this idea from Amber Ring is what her name is on Instagram now. She has a cutie little baby now, but she posted about her little birthday wall and how she puts the months of the year on there, and then she just has a little picture for her student, and then it just says on the little caption part that their birthday. So I'm gonna do that today, and I brought my Polaroid camera. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. We'll see kind of how the day goes if we have time. Today we're going to be reading Myths of the Mayas, and that's always really exciting every year that I've taught it. It's been interesting and fun, and the kids are going to add to their Mayan anchor charts that I showed you guys yesterday. Last night, I've been so bad. Like some days I'm so good at prepping breakfast, and then other weeks I'm like, wait, I forgot to prep breakfast. This is the point in the video where I have to do a voiceover for the rest of the video just because I accidentally clicked a setting on my camera. Once a student came in, I think I just hurried up and grabbed my camera, and then all of a sudden I hit some setting where there was just zero audio, so go me. I hope you guys don't mind. I talked so much in the rest of this vlog, so I was so upset that I messed up like this. Good thing I'm semi-good at reading lips because that's what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the video. All of my previous students from the past years have always come in to visit me and visit my room, and they always think that I change up the room just because they left. So they always say, wow, look, you upgraded this, and they notice all of the new things, but I remind them that I do it every single year. I like changing up my space, and sometimes there are new things. Tell me if you guys' kids do that to you as well when they come to visit you. I'm showing you guys here that I got my nails done over the weekend. I got like a clear dip. I always ask for a clear, not super pink, clear color in dip. I asked for these waves, and I saw some inspiration, I think on Instagram or Google, and it had yellow waves, but I was like, wait, it's fall, so I have to get some brown done. Here I am yapping on about my skincare. I just started Curology, which was only $14, which is a great deal because I ended up getting like a prescription basically of tretinoin, which is the same thing as a retinol, and I used to use it years and years ago whenever, well, before I had Indy. They gave me a formula that had tretinoin in it. I got a gel cleanser, and I also got some moisturizer. My skin's kind of going through this little purge, and I keep getting like all of these little random breakouts, but I hope it goes away soon so that I can see some clear skin, because I think I'll forever just have adult acne. I am so exhausted today. Got it. That I felt so tired. Don't know why. I just felt like I was repeating myself a lot today and just trying to catch up on every little thing. I just wasn't feeling it mentally. I got some movement in, and that instantly put me in such a good mood. I felt 100 times better. It's the hardest part, just getting yourself to the gym when you're having kind of like just a bad day or like a day where you just kind of feel down. Any type of movement is good movement. Speaking of the gym, I left my beautiful lime Stanley, and of course I come back the next day, it's gone. But I was so excited for this package because I wanted a new water bottle that was definitely leak proof and just easier for me to get on the go and just stick in my bag, because every single morning I'm always juggling the girls, a coffee cup, and my water bottle. So I was so excited when this hydro jug came. I've been eyeing this one for a while. I realized that, you know, I just need more practical things in my life. Happy Wednesday, everyone. I'm just getting my morning slides up. I was mentioning that I never got to do all of my things on my to-do list, which usually happens. I kind of create a to-do list at the beginning of the week. I try not to set myself up for failure by like trying to get it all done in one day. I kind of check things off throughout the week because I know they aren't huge priorities, but there's something that I want to do. For example, I've been trying to get these birthday months up for a while now. So yesterday I did get them cut, laminated. All I need to do is just hang them up now, which will be the easy part. I also got this amazing idea from Amber Elizabeth Ring on Instagram. She was a former teacher, now she's staying home with her baby, but what she did was she had a birthday wall. She took pictures of students on her Polaroid and just hung those up for their birthday months, and then she would just put the date on the actual Polaroid. It just shows the students that they are important to the classroom and their birthdays do matter to us. Outside of our math homework that we usually rip out in our iReady math books, we also send home a spelling packet for the week. It helps students with their vocabulary, just repetition, and then also gives them something outside of just doing math. And then we have a spelling quiz every single Friday. Even in 5th grade, I do need to show my students how to properly study for a spelling quiz. Some of them even said on our first spelling quiz, they didn't even know how to study. They didn't know what to do with the spelling words. So we practiced how to write them. We practiced how to use them in a sentence, using our whiteboard as a tool, using our partners as a tool. Also just confirming that I do love the water bottle. It is leak proof, and it was so nice just sticking it in my bag in the morning. By the way, I did get the 32-ounce hydro jug and in the color Riptide. I know that if I don't put my medicine in my school bag, I will always forget to take it. I kind of have moments to myself, which I feel like I don't really have at home. Ain't no valley low enough. I remember one time someone commented on my video and said, when were you ever like such a singy kind of person? I've always been that way. I did choir in high school and throughout elementary school. Sometimes when I talk to my students, I use it in my singing voice to kind of get their attention, or I just kind of do it to be silly and goofy. And my students always say I ate that up. Sorry, I did just use that. Next up, I'm showing you guys what I'm utilizing my bulletin board for that I painted in. These are our inner outer self-portraits. We found a resource on TPT that was for free where it had the template, it even had a video, it showed the book The Day You Begin. And yeah, it kind of just shows our students that everyone is different, everyone likes different things. So on one half of their faces, you can see them. And then the other side is kind of the things that they love, the things that represent them. What I did was I had my students take a picture of themselves on their Chromebooks, and then I helped everyone kind of crop half of their face so that they could focus on just drawing half of their face instead of using a mirror. And I always mention to my students, make sure that you would be proud of your work when you do it. I'm going to be hanging these up, so I want them to look really nice. So usually I do check over artwork just like I would do any type of classwork. Artwork can be just as important as their classwork too. This bulletin board over here are our personal mission statements. This kind of talks about our goals that maybe we have for the month or for all of 5th grade, or maybe next 5 years to 10 years. This is kind of going with our habit 2, which is putting the end in mind. So as long as they are writing it, they're looking back on it, they can keep their goals attainable and accountable. Outfit of the day, which is this shirt from Zara. I got it on sale. Stripes. It's kind of like a stretchy workout material, which I really like. And then my favorite part of the outfit are these pants, or maybe wide leg jeggings, if you will. I got these on sale at Marshall's. It's the brand YFB, which is always a little bit on the pricier side at Marshall's. For a long time I didn't wear them just because they are kind of out there, like kind of wide. They're definitely very flowy, but they're my most comfiest pants. They feel like jeggings. They're so stretchy. They feel like pajama pants.
Falling to pieces in my room. Are you coming over? That's cool. I could use a little something to do. We could go outside, take a little ride if you want to. That's cool. I did what I was supposed to. There's nothing left for me to do. So now I'm walking out my head through open windows. 'Cause that's what I feel like.
It's a new day, which means it's a new outfit of the day. It's finally Thursday, aka Friday Junior. We love a good Thursday and a Friday. I am wearing this white dress that I think is from Madewell. I did thrift it at Plato's Closet, which is a consignment store, one of my favorite places to shop. This dress kind of reminds me of like Prairie Farm vibes. That's okay, that's just my style. I'm wearing my Adidas Gazelle indoor shoes. I love these shoes. I've been really into shoes lately, actually. Ever since I got my Sambas, I've been wanting like more and more shoes, so I understand where people get like their shoe addiction from. So last night I went to Sephora and I actually ended up getting a new like BB cream slash foundation. I believe it's like a skin tint. I asked the worker for some recommendations on a nice skin tint that wouldn't break me out, that isn't super oily, that has SPF in it too. So she pointed me to Tower 28 and I am really impressed so far. I applied it and it was really creamy, blended in so well, and it has SPF 35, so that's pretty good. I also got a translucent powder. I wanted the Laura Mercier one that everyone has, but it was actually sold out at the store I went to. So I ended up getting a different one and the brand was S-O. She told me it was very comparable, a little bit cheaper, but it was like a Sephora brand, I believe. And so I put that over top just to like help with any oiliness that could come with a skin tint. I'll show you guys later on in the day what my skin looks like, if it smudges, how it held up, and all that good stuff. I also wanted to show you guys how proud I am of these Mayan mind map posters. It kind of gives just extra comprehension to the students in a different way instead of just answering questions on board or on a piece of paper. We do use these readers that we have right here. I get a lot of questions about Amplify since a lot of you guys use it as well, and how it's kind of hard, how we have to supplement a lot, lots of differentiation, it's confusing, things like that. We do skip units. For example, we did take out Unit 1. We didn't really think the students last year found interest in it. We still are doing doing personal narratives, but we're not using the stories in the personal narrative. There are a lot of things that we take out, we add in. Some days we don't get to the full-on lesson. Some days it takes 2 days, or sometimes we just have to take out and pull what we want to. And for these Mayan posters, as you guys can see, we had to add all of the important things about their culture. So we talked about the Mayan myths here. I love this poster that I'm showing you guys. The artwork is so great on it. There's different criteria that I really wanted the students to pull out of the readings, so I added that onto our smartboard, and the students can refer back, look back into their books, and just add those things. Since we're doing these posters in real time, it's really easy for them to remember. After we read, I tell them to go add one thing to their poster, for example, the Mayan myths. The last thing we're doing are the Mayan PowerPoint projects. I think we came up with this one last year. We really wanted the students to be able to share what they got out of the Mayan civilization. Gave them a template. We also gave them choices, so the students could be writing about Mayan inventions, they could be writing about the Mayan myths, they could also choose Mayan living, which kind of adds a little bit about everything about the Mayan culture. They could talk about the Mayan number system, the hieroglyphs, all of their inventions kind of put together. It was sort of up to them how they wanted to put their slideshow. Our criteria was that they had 4 bullet points for each of the slides, picture, a theme, and just making sure that they had complete sentences. For our students that really don't like to share in front of the class, I gave them an option to write a story instead, but this kind of gives them a way to do a little bit of public speaking, also write out what they know, their knowledge about the Mayan civilization. It wraps up the Mayan civilizations, and then we're going to move on to the Aztecs and the Incas next. And yes, you probably are hearing the babies in the background. Don't be fooled, those are not your babies, those are mine. Brandon is allowing me to work in the room while he takes care of the girls in the living room, and I've never really done this. I usually edit my videos during my free time, so once the girls go to bed, I do a little bit of editing every day, but this week I just wasn't really catching up on editing. I just really wanted to relax. That is life right now, and that's how I'm balancing it all. Today in math, we actually are starting the distributive property into partial products. It has been a little bit confusing for them, but I really like to focus in and really try to get the students to understand it a little bit better. So I did print off a couple of worksheets from superheroteachersworksheets.com. I've been giving students some supplemental worksheets that goes by 2-digit by 1, and then 3 by 1, and then 3 by 2, and so on, just to get them kind of used to what the partial products mean. And then in ELA, we talked about Mayan PowerPoint project. Whenever I introduce a project, I usually just explain it. I go over the template for them, and then I go over some examples from previous years so they can see kind of what I'm expecting from them. And then in science, we're working on our algae poster. I don't know if I talked about it last time, but it's another group project, another poster project, and students had to come up with ways to limit algae and algae blooms from happening in lakes. So we went over our mystery science videos. Usually I bring students down to the carpet, I give them a choice, and then they can sit at their tables if they'd like. They write things down in their notebooks as we go along, and I'm doing that with them on the document camera. We basically took notes and watched videos on how algae grows. The main idea of this project was to help them figure out what now can you do to prevent algae and algae blooms from happening. Gave them room to think and brainstorm, and I told them basically to pretend that they were advertising to a company on how to limit and reduce algae. With this group of students, I've been really trying to incorporate a lot of group work. I think it really helps their stamina. I think it really helps with working with other people that they don't usually work with. I skipped the gym today, just got back from Trader Joe's. Updating you guys on my new Tower 28 skin tint. I actually really like it. I feel like it lasted pretty well. It felt good on the skin. I didn't feel greasy or that it was too cakey, so I really like it so far. All right, going into the Trader Joe's haul. First off, we got some of Brandon's favorite cereal, Tiny Fruity Cuties. I really wanted to try these flakes and strawberry cereal, kind of like the Special K stuff, except Trader Joe's. I've also seen so many people try these cardamom buns, just at an actual pastry, and I really wanted to try these. Didn't love it. It was kind of strong on the cardamom side, but Brandon liked it. He likes anything sprinkled tomatoes, really nice, sweet, but they're also crunchy. My favorite noodles ever, the squiggle noodles, comes with some great sauce. I don't use all of the sesame packet, I just use the garlic sauce mostly. I add this with ground beef, ground turkey, egg. It makes a great meal whenever I want something savory. Didn't even know it at this moment, this would be my favorite chocolate. The Trader Joe's Swiss milk chocolate with hazelnuts, amazing. Buttered lettuce because Brandon loves making salads, and I was going to make a salad tonight. Chimichurri sauce, my favorite dipping sauce for chips, and then also if I just want to eat it with steak and rice. Also didn't know that this would be my favorite hot sauce ever. Chunky garlic jalapeno. It just sounded amazing, and it is my literal favorite right now. I got a sweet chili mango salad kit and brought that to lunch the next day. Just wanted something easy, and we had leftover chicken that Brandon grilled. Oh, pumpkin blondie brownies. These were okay. Thought they would be a little bit better, but didn't love them. These for the girls, cinnamon school book cookies. At daycare, they're actually learning about their ABCs and their letters, so I thought this would be a fun little snack for them to have. Hash browns, love these in the air fryer with cheese. Jalapeno chicken sausage. I made this new recipe that I shared on my Instagram. It's a 1-pan chicken jalapeno sausage, cheesy goodness. I love it. I've made it twice now. Trader Joe's dark chocolate bar just for funsies. My coworker told me this was really good, so I always put my chocolate in the fridge. This was tonight's dinner. We've been craving just lighter things. Everything heavy just sounded too much just because it's been so hot. So tonight I made a salad, banana peppers, croutons, ranch, shredded cheese, onions, the little tomatoes that I got. And then I was showing you guys that I also, pretty much anything that we make for ourselves, we can make for the girls. And we like that because then it's less prep for us, it's less cooking for me. It gives the girls also a chance to kind of try something different. As you guys can see, I kind of set up their plates a little bit different, so I'll assemble ours. They love salad. We also had some leftover steak, so I just cut a bunch of the steak up and just mix that in there for our protein. Okay, it's the end of the day and I'm so exhausted. It's at that Friday exhaustion, but also like I felt like I was putting out a lot of small fires today. I don't think I had enough water, but that's okay. Dismissal's done. Weekend starts. Most students finish their Mayan art and I am so impressed and so happy with how they look. I kind of spent the last hour. Here's one of them. Another. They look so good. I love this one too. So cute. Anyways, I kind of spent the last hour while they're doing Fun Friday kind of going over any lines just to make it nice and crisp with a Sharpie because we are displaying them at the assembly. So I'm only going over their black Sharpie lines because some of the Sharpies that they were using weren't super pigmented. But yeah, today, Friday, like usual, we're gonna do a movie night with the girls, some takeout, and just literally relax. Our neighborhood is doing a little street fair tomorrow, so I'm really excited about that because we're going to take the girls to that, and it's like literally our neighborhood, so we don't even have to drive anywhere. We just walk right over. There's one thing I like about San Diego. There's always something going on, whether it's like a fair or like a farmer's market. I feel like there's always events to attend. We're doing that this weekend. Let me know what you guys' weekend's plans are. I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog off here. I hope you guys enjoyed this full week in my life, a little bit of home life, a little bit of school life, and everything in between. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting me. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.